Real talk. Welcome to Tulu Talks. Tulu Talks. Real conversation for all to enjoy. Number one station. Real Talks. Welcome everyone. Welcome to Tulu Talks. Hello, and welcome to Tulu Talks. I'm just going to be here for a quick minute. Just looking at the news and seeing all this palaver, the Brookland Beckham statement, in which it's quite a powerful statement, if I must say so. And for the Beckhams, we don't really get to see much about their private life. I think the last we had David Beckham's affair, and that was only made public because the mistress came out and spoke about it. So seeing Brookland coming out and releasing the statement, there have been accusations, there's been lots of stories in the social media world that there was tension in the family. A lot of times, I think over Christmas, there was this whole thing of were they going to spend Christmas together? Looks like they didn't. And seeing Brookland's statement today, I'm just going to read a few bits on his statement, which I think are quite sharp. So he accuses his parents, David and Victoria Beckham, of spreading lies about him and his wife, Nicola, and even trying to ruin his marriage. He said Nicola has been disrespected for years, and that he's done staying quiet. Now, this is one of the things that we've seen happen in the royal family, where a child or a man-child marries, and the family still want to have a large input in their life, and sort of still have some sort of say. But I think the young men of today, and we've seen in Brookland State, he feels that he needs to come out and defend his wife, and he says that the biggest bombshell was that he has no intention of reconciling with his parents. Now, this one is a bit difficult for us, especially coming from an African background. We believe families for life. We truly believe families for life. No matter what goes on, you can work things out and, restore relationships, but you never cut off from the family, and you can't be away from the family for life. So this is quite sharp for him to say that. I mean, Brookland's not even 30, so there is the element of youth there, but then at the same time, his accusations are quite strong. I think one of the things that for me is quite alarming as a woman is that he says his mum has brought his ex-girlfriends around his wife. Now, I don't know what the need for that would be. I really don't know what the need would be for that would be. She may have a relationship with previous girlfriends, but then that could be a relationship they have away on their own in a private little corner somewhere, and not in Nicola's face. So I do feel like that if Victoria is doing what is accused, that definitely that wasn't right. That's not a right thing to do as a mother. Your daughter-in-law becomes your daughter, and I think that's where we see the challenges coming in, that mothers with their sons are very protective and would have had probably a great relationship. He's the firstborn, so mum might have this massive attachment to him and therefore find it very difficult. But a few of the things that he's accusing her of doing are really strong, and I'm going to be on Brookland's side for this. The first song, the first dance at a wedding is always the bride and the groom. Always the bride and the first dance in any wedding should be the bride and the groom, not the groom and his mum. No. I don't agree with that, and I don't think that was right. So I am on Brookland's side with this one. Mum shouldn't have done that. And from what he's saying, it's something that the mum has arranged, and she's done it behind his back. And so on the day, they call mum and him to dance, and he's forced to dance. And then his accusations are really strong. Brookland's really saying a lot, guys. He's saying a lot. So the next thing he's telling people is she danced inappropriately with him. I have no idea what that looks like, but if he felt awkward about it and he calls it inappropriate, we'll take his word for it. He's also highlighted that the family have been responsible for leaking news to the media. Now, I've always said this privately. I've always said it to my friends and my family that actually, you know what? That I think celebrities plan it. Their agents contact the newspapers, TMZ, contact Sky News, whoever, journalist, come round, so-and-so is going to be here. Because sometimes where they catch them, it's like, how many journalists are really driving up that road? So it feels like it's very set up. And so he claims his parents continued to go to the press, leaving him with no choice but to speak up. Now that's hard. You're a child. These are your parents. They're supposed to protect you. So if you're feeling like it's my parents that are putting me out there, and we hear gossips, we're going to be quick on it. We're going to be, look at the news today, the 20th of January. It is just been Brooklyn, 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 Brooklyn. Anywhere you go, it's Brooklyn, Brooklyn, Brooklyn. It's hot news. Everybody's talking about it. And I feel like he's such a young man. For him to feel his parents trying to ruin his marriage, this is a commitment he's made for life. By God's grace, he will be married for life, but it is actually huge for him to come out, and it's a bombshell, to be honest, for him to come out and say he has no intention of reconciling with the parents and that they are the ones that are taking the news to the media. So this is quite a strong accusation from Brookland. So I think it's one of those things that we have to look and say he's willing to lose it all. Coming out, making the statement, if he made the statement, he's willing to lose it all. He really is willing to lose it all. Now, we know he's married to the daughter of a billionaire, so we're not talking about finances here, because that's not even an issue. I think we're talking about what it's going to do to them emotionally, what's going to do to the structure of the family, what it's going to do in his relationships with him and his parents, and then also him and his siblings. There's going to be a lot of tension in all of those relationships. And for him to take this step, I do think sometimes a person feels pushed into it. He is young. If he's done this out of emotion, we'll forgive him. But I think mom and dad, their response is going to be the telling one. Their response is going to be the telling one. Because if it's me and my child's gone to the news and gone to speak up, I'm on a plane to wherever my child is. Because, honey, let's have a conversation. How have I hurt you? I am sorry. And if I've done something, let me explain why. Because maybe there's a reason I did what I did. And if I've offended your wife, I'm going to say sorry, even if deep down I don't like her guts to. I will lick up to her because that's my child's wife. And I want to be at peace with my child. So I really think that we're going to be able to see where Victoria and David stand as parents, not as social media. David Beckham's no longer a footballer. Victoria is no longer a singer. Your parents, run in your role as a parent. Let us see what they are going to do with this act. And I do hope they do the right thing. So we see him speaking about his wife and he calls it consistently. Now, that is hard. That is hard because probably he's counted more than 2 times. For him to say this is consistently disrespected. She might be crying out to her husband and saying, did you see what your mom did? She brought those girls and your mom did this with that girl and your mom was talking about this girl. And he's feeling, for his woman, you disrespecting my woman. I'm disrespected. I don't even know you, Nicola, and I'm on your side. She disrespects you. Why is she bringing some other girl around you? We're not having that. Nope, we don't want that. So I'm on his side. So I think that he's been taking the burden. He's been listening to his wife crying out. He's been seeing the things that he sees for himself because he seems to feel the family are the ones that are bringing it to the media. And so now he's having to respond. So this is really quite shocking. It's painting a picture of like deep tension in the family. We're seeing that this relationship in the family has been severed and there's tension in it. What happens next? What happens next? Brookland is saying he doesn't want no reconciliation. This is a family with a global brand. We need to think of that, So every move that they make is going to be magnified. But at the end of the day, it's a family that is dealing with hurt in a public place. Let's talk about it. Do you think Brookland was right to go to the pub, to go public with it? I'm on his side, but I don't think it was right for him to go and speak up in public. I think it's something that they could have sent a letter. They could have done, mediation with the family, with the church, with the counselor, sort of just arrange it with the little brothers. Boys, I want to talk to mom and dad. So pretend like you guys are coming over to ours, or I pretend this, that, and you can sort of maneuver. Like my kids did me a surprise 50th birthday party, and it was amazing. So people can do things behind your back and arrange, sort of like a restitution, a reconciliation type of meeting. They could have done something like that. Going public might be because maybe they have tried what I've suggested and it didn't work. Because he says that he wanted to see his dad on his own for the 50th. But Dad didn't want to see him on his own. Dad wanted him to come when there's 100 other people. Photo opportunity. Then the Beckhams look like they're a happy family. Forever the Beckhams. They're also a perfect family. Happy, happy. He wanted to see his dad on a one-on-one. And he didn't get it. So maybe my suggestion is just a suggestion. He's tried. And maybe his hands have felt tied and he's had no choice but to go public. It might be that he's decided that this is the only alternative I have, to go public. Is this a young man that has finally found his voice? He's in his 20s now. He's not the young little boy, teenage boy. Could this really be a young man that's found his voice? What do you think? Drop your comments, your thoughts in the comments. And please make sure to subscribe. I'll be happy to respond to all comments in the comment section and have a conversation going forward. I'll bring updates as they come in. But yeah, let me know your thoughts. Do you think Brookland should have gone private? Or do you think it was a good thing that he did go public? Your girl, Tuli Hall Talks. Thank you for coming to Tuli Hall Talks. Bye.